see the consequences of that choice. In the mere observation of the choice is actually the foresight of the consequences of the choice. And ask yourself, will this choice bring fulfillment and happiness to me and to all those who are affected by this choice? And then ask your body, and if the body says yes, then it's the right choice. If the body says no, then it's not the right choice. And you know, I have met lots of people who initially resist this. They think, if I'm going to ask my heart all the things, then I'll never make a good business decision. But it's not true. It's not true. The heart is not sentimental. That's a misconception. The heart is wise. And there is a big difference between sentimentality and wisdom and sobriety. Carlos Castaneda once said, we do not need sentimentality in order to go on the path of spirituality. In fact, he said, beware of those who weep with realization they have realized nothing. What we need is sobriety. And when we have sobriety, we witness. And we witness the consequences, and we ask the body to give us its advice. So if you want to put this into action, then you immediately make this decision. I will ask my heart for guidance and be guided by its message of comfort and discomfort. And as I do this, I'll be applying the law of karma to create all the things that I desire in my life. The law of karma, because karma is literally the software of the soul. Here we go back to this diagram. It says physical body, subtle body, causal body. Causal body is that part where the soul and the spirit reside. And karma is the software of the soul. Every action that you perform, it creates memory. Every memory creates desire. Every desire is the cause of action again. So memory, karma, and desire are the software. And if you think about this a little bit, you'll recognize that they're all the same thing. Because without memory, there is no desire. Without desire, there is no action, there is no karma. And without karma, there is no memory. So they're all the same thing. And every thought that you have, every single thought that you have is karmically generated. That's why I am totally against this notion that, you have to try to think positive thoughts. It's like telling somebody, don't think of pink elephants, and that's all they think about. You cannot try to have a positive attitude, but your attitude will change, and your thoughts will spontaneously change if your choices are karmically appropriate, because it's those karmic choices that generate those thoughts. So every thought that you have is either a memory or a desire. Just keep this in mind. There are no other kinds of thoughts. Every thought that you have is either a memory or a desire. And that's another way of saying it's either an interpretation or a choice. And we are, in our essential state, that field of pure potentiality, we are infinite choice makers, infinite interpreters in every moment of our lives. We can get in touch with the software of our soul, and once we get in touch with the software of our soul through this conscious choice making, then from that level we can begin to generate all that we want. These two laws, the law of giving and the law of karma, are in a sense related, because giving is karma. It is creating the potentiality for space-time events in the future. So at this moment, I think we'll pause for a few minutes, think about this a little bit, and then proceed with the remaining laws of success. When I was speaking to you about the law of karma, some people, when they hear the word karma, because they're not very familiar with it, they seem to sense that karma implies a universe of determinism. Do we live in a deterministic universe where everything is karmically ordained? Or is there free will? And of course, philosophers have perpetually debated through the centuries this whole proposition. Is it a universe of determinism, or is it a universe of free will? And the answer seems to me that it's simultaneously both. If you're unaware, then you live in a completely deterministic universe. And a lot of us are like that. We are Pavlovian models that salivate at the tinkle of a bell. And we are at the mercy of every passerby on the street. A compliment and we feel flattered, and an insult and we are wounded for the rest of our lives. And we call that freedom. So it's not freedom. This is a deterministic universe if we are unaware. But if we are aware, and spirituality is nothing other than a progression into that domain of our awareness which is more aware, so that ultimately we become aware of awareness itself. And that's where we are all going, even those of us who are not trying, because evolution is the nature of life. But I want you to keep in mind that karma is, in fact, the ultimate affirmation of freedom. Let me read to you what Swami Vivekananda said about karma. He said, karma is the eternal assertion of human freedom. Our thoughts, our words and deeds are the threads of the net which we throw around ourselves. And the law of karma then leads to the next law, which is the law of least effort. The law of least effort. Let me read to you what Lao Tzu said about the law of least effort. He said, an integral being knows without going, sees without looking, and accomplishes without doing. So the law of least effort, what does it say? The law of least effort says that nature's intelligence functions with effortless ease, with carefreeness, with joy, with harmony, with love. And when we harness the forces of harmony, joy, love, and laughter, we create success and good fortune with effortless ease. Look at nature. Are the birds trying to fly in the sky? Is this hair trying to come out of my skin? Is a fertilized ovum trying to become a human being? Is there any effort in nature? We look at nature's intelligence because it is the intelligence of the total mind where there is generation of the creative process, organization in the dynamism of the stillness, and delivery. Every process of creation goes through those three elements: generation, organization, and delivery. That's why it's the total mind. And when you have access to the total mind, there is no question of effort. There can't be effort. The operating principle in nature is do less and accomplish more. And ultimately, if you're aligned with that mind, then you do nothing and accomplish everything. Look at there, it's happening. With that spontaneity, with that bliss, with that harmony, with that frictionless flow of intelligence, of information and energy that is simultaneously orchestrating everything. So the law of least effort then is a very important natural law. It is just the opposite of the law of that we see operating in our universe today. Hard work, driving ambition, exacting plans to be so caught up in the certainty of the known. The known is a prison. It is the unknown which is the field of pure potentiality, the field that we need to step into. So once again, how do we put this law into operation? How do we put the law of least effort into operation? There are three basic principles that we need to practice in order to put the law of least effort into motion. The first is practicing the principle of acceptance. Acceptance means that I can create the future